Greetings all and welcome back to Vulpecula Media. I'm back here in the home of Kira Metz, who seems to be sending me on an ever ongoing list of errands, but I'm okay with it apparently. I don't know. Originally I said that Geralt would do the Kira Metz quests, were this, you know, the book mentality Geralt, because you'd have a feeling of owing her for the time that he straight up just left her with a broken leg to go chase after his girlfriend. But would he go this far? I don't know. Then again, Geralt is the kind of guy that sees things through, I suppose. What's over here? Oh, it's bandits. Let's
Giving me no choice.
Let's fuck him up. Nice. That's one dead bandit. Where's the other guy gone? Oh, there's another two guys. No, there's... Look at them. Loads of them.
We'll flail your skin off. Right, me lovers, to work! These hours are cunt's hours!
Whoa, that was so close. I am technically a witch fucker, yeah.
Mistake.
Oh, you're fucked.
Nice. Whoa, Nelly. Get off that horse. Look at that. That was so clean. I'm really proud of myself. So, for today's nonsensical ramble, as I play through The Witcher and try and talk a bit more about the books than other streamers or gamers or let's players or whatever you give us, whatever moniker we go by. I actually kind of want to talk a little bit about what The Witcher means to me and exactly why I've chosen to go this way about it. And why, for a new Let's Play channel, I chose such a ridiculous game as my my first full playthrough. Because I also play Magic on here. I haven't played it for a while because I'm kind of committed to this. And also, at the moment, the meta's pretty stale. But let's not talk about Magic for too long. Let's talk about... Whoa! Let's talk about water hags. Hey, you. Back off. Whoa. I am a rolly man. That's one down. Okay. Oh. Let's back away here a little bit. Hold on. Oh man, what is wrong with me today? Nothing. I just had a really good run against those bandits. I'm just freaking out now because I'm trying to keep a train of thought. Come on, man. These are drowners. Creepy, creepy times. These guys have just given up on me. Oh, that's such a shame as well, because that Axie was so well placed. Right, that's that. Whoa, steady on. Oh, well that shouldn't have taken so many white Raffards to do, but never mind. So, yeah. Let me just examine this.
Wide, heavy wheels. A merchant's wagon.
Thick, weighty breasts. Yeah, so The Witcher to me is oh, some dude actually killed a drowner. What the fuck is all this? Oh, much drowner. Okay. It's a recent obsession of mine, The Witcher. I will say that. I've not been a long-term follower of the games or the books or anything. I will say that I think the books are masterfully written, if sometimes in the earlier volumes poorly translated. Not poorly translated, that's unfair. I think her name's Danica. She did a great job considering. and some of the translations actually I think work really well. So my favourite, I can't remember if I spoke about this last time, but my favourite is they describe Geralt as smiling unpleasantly, and I think that choice of words is perfect, but I'm pretty certain it's a mistranslation because of that sort of that's a very broken way to say it. Does that make sense? It's from a writing perspective, not the first choice of words most people would pick. But yeah, I've fallen in love with the whole intellectual property, basically, and not for the reasons that it took off in Poland, because one of the appeals of Geralt to many young Polish men back in the day was there was a whole anti-political thing going on amongst the young men of Poland at one point. Hold on, I'll read this. And they say crime doesn't pay. Ha! Never heard greater fucking rubbish in my life. It pays like fucking mad. We took so much loot from that old sod that we won't drink it all up in a year's time, not even if we down HANGMAN'S spirit like it's water and chase it with dry white from Beauclair. Some might blather nonsense about the gods punishing us and whatnot, but I'm too old to believe in fairy tales. Well, next stop, Novigrad. We'll sell what we took and live like kings. Just gonna quickly go through all that. Yeah. Oh. Dear Vesey, we couldn't afford to pay for ourselves and Patrick, so we've sent the young lad to you. I know things are tough your way too, that you've had 3 tykes of your own. So know that if I didn't have to, I'd not ask this of you, but here in Velen, well, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. Please take care for Patrick like your own son. We'll come back to him as soon as the war is over. 1,000 thanks, Hannah. P.S. Patrick's got a sack of coin in his bags and have to pay his guide what we agreed on. You shouldn't have to add anything of your own. P.P.S. Patrick's afraid of the dark. If you can, leave a candle burning by his bed. Oh. That's savage. Look at this little boy. Bastard bandits. I hope they were the bandits I just killed as well. I really do. Oh, not dogs, not dogs. Oh. And to think before playing this game I was a dog person. Running away now. Bye. Yeah, so there was a big anti-politic movement or feeling back when The Witcher was first published, and while I understand the appeal from that angle, it's not what I found appealing. I've always been a fan of fantasy. It's my preferred choice for both reading and writing. I've always sort of seen it as books serve 2 purposes, one for information and the other for transportation, or escapism, if you will. What am I supposed to be looking for? I see. So yeah, fantasy's always my preferred, and I'm always happy to find
Veered off the road at high speed. Doesn't bode well.
I'm always happy to find new worlds to dive into, but Jesus, how far off the road did he go?
Yeah, merchant traveling across Velen alone. No way that was gonna end well.
But yeah, no, what really appeals to me...
Leftovers, cuts of meat, cataplepis. Wonder what spell requires that. Package still intact, human. Don't sense anything magic though. Be far. Wonder how it will explain this one.
Oh, sorry, fighting through the bush. Nice. What really appeals to me about The Witcher is it's not even the
Hid and waited for help. It never came. That's Velen for you.
That is Velen. Volker, we've hit gold, old friend. Not only have we sold all of our stock, we've sold it for 3 times its cost. Our customer wants it all. Wine from Beauclair, everything from Beaujolais Nouveau to the oldest vintages, red, white, rosé, you name it. Quintuple pass meat, pickled beef, pepper, cinnamon cloves. I'm telling you, old friend, everything. There's one catch, however. We must deliver the goods to Velen, a village called Midcops. I know, dangerous, what with the war and all, but think of the coin. I've managed to secure a pass that will get you across the Pontard, then it's just a hop, skip and a jump and you're there. You'll be fine. Klaus, P.S. will split the proceeds 50-50. Yeah, no, what really appeals to me isn't even the idea of Geralt as a character, and in fact he's deeply flawed, and as cool as it would be to be oh no. As cool as it would be to be irresistible to sorceresses and stoic and hardcore like Geralt is, I don't quite fancy the lifestyle. Or maybe I do, who knows. Because the thing that really appeals to me is the fact that he is obviously the Witcher, but he's not the only Witcher. People can... There's no chosen one about it. Ciri's the chosen one, I guess. But there's no element of palpable exceptionalism for Geralt. We're told he's exceptional. We're fed drips and drabs, but there's no real evidence of his exceptionalism. And that's why I chose to do my playthrough this way. Because it's not being mutated or, you know, any of the other cool Witcher gear that makes you a Witcher. It's the skill, hence the whole... I mean, if Ciri becomes a Witcher, that's proof right there that it's not necessarily a separate breed. There's a whole underlying theme of Geralt's humanity. These camera angles are terrible, I'm sorry guys. It's because my DPI on my mouse is turned all the way up. Oh shit. My dude. Right, let me turn this DPI down so I can better control the camera. Actually, I'm just gonna... Oh. I'm just gonna... Oh, die. Never mind. I was gonna throw Northern Wind. So yeah, Ciri's the chosen one. Geralt's not that exceptional. What makes being a Witcher appealing is it's a skill that can be learnt through training. Yeah, you're supposed to undergo the trials because it helps your survivability, but... Sorry, just taking a sip of my old electric soup. But yeah, it's about the skill, developing your reflexes, being that extra bit sharper than your average knight-errant. It's not in the code or the lifestyle necessarily, although there's a lot of talk of the path. It's just about living for one thing and applying your skill to it. And that sort of simplicity is very appealing because narrative simplicity leaves room for extra character development and deeper meaning. And sometimes that doesn't come across in the oh, that didn't help that much. Right, it's just pushed me over my threshold. For Christ's sake. Just have a regular swallow then. I thought it was being clever. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'll pick it up in a minute. Master of tangents, I am. best. And now you're dead. Yeah, it's essentially a job, and while some of the translations can make what's going on feel a little bit more two-dimensional, it's obvious that being a Witcher or the Witcher is only part of the story. And yeah, it makes for cool adventures, but it's actually kind of about a guy who has lived supposedly as someone without humanity that he never chose to give up. You know? It's not like when somebody willingly signs into the military or, you know,
Whoa there, Roach.
willfully commits an atrocity because they think it's for the good of the greater over the lesser. It's nothing like that. This guy got no choice, and it's about him living for the path, for this one thing that was chosen for him. I guess it's the underlying tones of destiny and its role within humanity. And as a determinist, I find that appealing and kind of comforting in a way. So yeah. And the reason that I've chosen to do this playthrough as a book-style playthrough is not because I think that CDPR's version of Geralt is inferior. In many ways it's superior, in many ways it loses out. I prefer book Geralt, but only by a small amount, and it's mostly due to the fact that they don't really reflect his intellect in the games. And that's fine. Because that's another part of the book that I associated with as somebody who's unqualified. Like, I didn't go to college or anything like that, or even to the UK equivalent of high school. I guess I didn't get A levels or anything like that, because I know Americans have a different grading system. So our college is their high school, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, but I'm well read and well versed and relatively eloquent, with a little bit of preparation. And being underestimated like Geralt is, like Geralt is in the books, is something that he's kind of missing in the games, because he kind of lives up to the idea of being a brutish moron. So yeah, I chose to do a book-style playthrough because being a Witcher is about the skill, not about the cool superpowers. And it would have been easier to just do a playthrough where I wore Ursine armor and spec'd out my alchemy or my signs to broken levels, but that's not what it's about. I'm role-playing as a Witcher. That's a trade. If you own a factory that makes prefabricated houses, you aren't a carpenter. And I'm not saying people who play the game like that are playing it wrong, not at all. It's an RPG, that's what it's for, you know, the choice is there. But I personally find that I get more enjoyment, if more suffering as well, but I get a certain amount more enjoyment out of this. Because, especially as for the purposes of entertainment, I feel that it's a unique and fairly, I don't want to say correct, but fairly it's simultaneously orthodox and unorthodox. There you go.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
She says that every time. Can't help but feel it's sarcastic.
Got those substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll...
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine? Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerricanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you. But you must wait a bit.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo, outside.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out. You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
Note that I said almost. Now don't interrupt. The cane, Vin, Cathel.
Third mouse. What happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Kira, can I explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace pond and ate Princess Cinderella whole. Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles. Now, to return to the fairy tale. I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother, I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming. It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
I'm a witcher, not a gigolo. Is probably what Geralt would say, so I'm going to say it.
I'm a witcher, not a gigolo.
Don't flatter yourself. I don't want to shag you in the bushes, but to share a pleasant evening. But if no, then no.
Bye, Kira. Nah, I'll do it.
Oh, all right. I'll do it.
I feel honoured. Truly. Before we go, there's one more thing.
Always one more thing with you.
Gotta transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Why not? Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight. Gavella Glan. So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
It's just right.
Oh, I might also have changed your hair colour while I was at it. I've always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm. Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does the dishes.
1, rude. 2, you didn't even change your clothes, man. You just put on gloves. Me, I'm back in this Nilfgaardian Ponce outfit. Also... Oh, we are racing. Good. I was going to say, I don't much fancy a slow ride. How romantic. Someone hanging in a tree. What is it with the sorceresses of the lodge? Like, they know that Yennefer has all the fury of 1,000 suns. So why do they all want to shag her man? Oh, past where the old god sleeps. I win.
Congratulations. You'd make an excellent jockey.
If only I were a foot shorter and 5 stone lighter.
Well, yes. But then I'd not have invited you here. Now do you see why I needed those substances?
I love that he says stone. It's a very European thing. Because while most of Europe uses metric, the UK does, but still uses old weights for certain things. And when referring to body weight, we often use stone in place of kilos. Americans use the same system, but I never hear them say stone. They always just say the pounds as they are. They never bother condensing them into stone. So, points for that.
Beef and cinnamon and cloves, roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Shall I pour the white or the...
Dry red, but let it breathe a little first.
Well, well, never took you for a wine connoisseur.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowner bones and wash it down with puddle water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
How, if you don't mind my asking? I mean, you'd think the only work to be had in Velen would be in farming.
Very true. So, I've two options. I can either start cultivating turnips or leave. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
I'm not being funny. It was hardly fabulous work. I freed a plague maiden. I just unleashed a deadly disease to wherever it wants to fuck off to.
Didn't destroy that workshop, if that's what you're asking. Didn't see any reason to.
If Alexander's findings were to fall into the wrong hands... Although, Vikyle has a terrible reputation. None even dare go there. Perhaps there's nothing to worry about. I'm sorry. Such a gloomy subject to broach. I simply shouldn't have, not during our romantic dinner.
Romantic? Thought we came here as friends.
Friends. With benefits. So...
Right. So, in the books, it's pretty clear that Geralt and Yennefer have an open relationship. Like, there's a whole thing in Sword of Destiny where Geralt and Istred basically have like a total bitch fight about who gets to be Yennefer's permanent boyfriend. And Geralt shags around, it's well known. The real faux pas is basically assuming that Yennefer doesn't have dibs. Fringilla takes the place of Triss in the books as his alternate love interest. He's the only person that Geralt apparently ever came close to loving, other than Yennefer, in a romantic way, obviously. He loves Ciri. Normally this would be a yes, but at this point in Geralt's story, if we're following book canon, obviously with the cutoff point being where the games start, because no spoilies, but they kind of ignore the last chapter of the last book. I'm gonna say sorry, there's someone else.
Sorry, there's someone else.
So what? Oh, Geralt, Geralt. You're so old-fashioned. Will you at least lie down and gaze at the stars with me?
Why not?
Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. Bit indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper it in your ear. Egfain Nave.
Kira? Where? Put me to sleep with a spell. Means she's up to something.
This is another thing.
Vikyle. The tower.
Like, Geralt... Geralt doesn't just like fall in to traps in the books, and when he does fall into traps in the books, it happens, but it's not as frequent as in this one game. And when he does, he tends to be like, ah, fuck, a trap. Whereas this Geralt's like, what? What's happening? Oh no. But hey. God, look at that sunlight. Could you imagine if we had ray tracing? Oh. Oh no. That's a sandbar. Fuck's sake. These marshes, man. Thank you. It's alright, I'm still dizzy from the roofie. Like, it's all gravy, don't worry about it. Also, was the top of the tower always incomplete, or is my rendering gone wonky? I am sinking. Oh, mate. What the... Oh, I'm having an absolute nightmare of a time with this. Jesus Christ. As I end up doing at least once a video, I apologize if you can hear my horrifically wet mouth. I have cotton mouth for some reason.
A light. Top floor of the tower.
And no, I've not been bunning the zoos. I just drink a lot of caffeine. I like how you have the option to bang her and then kill her, so like Yen never knows.
So, found what you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
You used me.
Oh, please. I merely seized an opportunity.
If I'd known you just wanted Alexander's notes, I'd never have helped you lift the curse from Fyke Isle.
All right. Perhaps I wasn't completely honest. Didn't quite toe the line. But I knew you'd manage. You're so manly and all. Geralty poo. Wipe that frown off your face, or I might think you don't like me anymore.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, I'm gonna say it, but if it leads to killing her, I don't want to do that.
I don't. You're a vile, two-faced, four-tongued viper.
Ho ho. And I always took you for a gentleman.
Jesus.
All jokes aside, what are you gonna do with those notes?
Do you really believe you can call me names and then revert to polite conversation just like that? Get out of my sight, before I give in to my urge to teach you some manners.
Uh-oh.
I'll go as soon as you hand me those notes.
Then you shall stay here forever.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have called her rude names. Stop teleporting. Oh. Come on, you hag. Just stay still. Ow. That hurt.
You'll regret that.
Mate.
And now something special.
Oi, Darth Sidious, pack it in, yeah? Stop it.
Trust me.
Also, in the books,
Have a taste.
Kira is a bit wimpier than this. She's
You'll regret that. Have a taste.
a little bit more two-dimensional.
You were fool.
Also, I thought I took Alexander's notes. I have them in my inventory, so does this
You'll regret that.
rely on you not finding them? There's one dead Kira Metz.
Didn't have to end this way.
That's how Igni works in the books, by the way. Just makes your hands very hot. Produces like a lighter sized flame. What's she doing holding necromancy, the forbidden magic? Also, I shouldn't get that much experience for killing her. I really shouldn't. I'm gonna break my own code and reload. That's me pulling my sword out. Is this the right one?
What do you want with those papers?
Why, I aim to use them to continue important work that a man's tragic death put on hold. Alexander was studying the Catriona plague. I'll use his notes to produce medication, perhaps a cure, or at least a vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Strictly humanitarian motivations, is that it?
No, strictly selfish ones. The mighty would pay willingly for such a remedy. Can you imagine how much? Take Radovid, for instance. Why, he might even consider forgetting my past associations with the Lodge.
Radovid doesn't forget, and Radovid doesn't forgive, especially when it comes to sorceresses.
He'll make an exception for me. He'll have to. I have something he wants.
Please, you don't believe that.
Well, you believe Yennefer will stop treating you like a dog someday. Don't see me laughing. I'm going to see Radovid. Tell him of this research, whether you like it or not.
This is suicide, Kira. You'll wind up tied to a stake, burned to bolster the morals of the masses while entertaining them.
Shut up for a moment and look at me. See this? Bedbugs, Geralt. Bloody bedbugs. I, Kira Metz, advisor to Foltest, a member of the Lodge of Sorceresses, have bedbugs. Think what you will, but I'll not stay in this bloody swamp one day more. Not one day. I shall cross the Pontar, and that means Radovid's men will find me sooner or later. Don't you understand? I don't have a choice. I will have to parley.
It's pronounced parlay, but never mind.
Got another option. Go to Kaer Morhen.
You believe I'd be safe there?
Long as you don't piss Lambert off, yes. Emir, Radovid, neither will be able to reach you. Find little in the way of luxury there, but we do have clean sheets.
It's a long way, well beyond the dividing line. But if I keep to the woods until I reach the Kestrel Mountains, I should pass through unnoticed. So be it. Seems I find it hard to refuse you, handsome. You've clearly a notion of what women want, how they think.
Not at all.
Yeah, kinda. So before I go, I'll need you to hand me those notes.
All right, take them already. Farewell, Geralt. Or rather, see you soon.
How much experience did I get for that? Christ, you get double the experience if you kill her. That's mental. Right, so I don't know why I did that. The post is right at the gate. Yeah, so I broke my rule there of not changing my decision, but curiosity got the better of me. And it's like, some of these options are like, would book Geralt take the opportunity to be a sarky little shitbag, which he often does, or would he stick to his own ethics? And there's two arguments to be made. One is that, well, he'd say what he'd say, and the consequences are what they are. But the other is having Geralt with unnecessary blood on his ledger, and I don't want unnecessary blood on the ledger. So as a player, I'm exercising my right to change that little bit of destiny. But I appreciate if that pisses people off, and I apologise. It's just, I'm not comfortable with it. Geralt finds it hard to turn on allies. It's one of the recurring motifs of the book. Yeah, it's one of the reoccurring.
Boy, you look awful.
Alright, pack it in. It's one of the recurring issues is Geralt always saying he's neutral and he won't pick sides and he won't do this and he won't do that, but he is human, he is victim of his own emotions. He is, by all intents and purposes, just a man with a very specific set of skills.
We'll get the old bugger, you'll see.
Oh, these guys are back.
Get out of my sight. What do you want?
Want to talk to the Peller?
Too late. We've got dibs on a chat with him. A long one.
Think you need to leave now?
Do we?
You do.
Well, this is one way to farm experience.
Let's go then. Little prick.
Gotta wonder about a man who could get Edric's friends all worked up.
So yeah, I feel like I made the right decision in reloading. Leave a comment if you think that I would have been better off leaving it as it was, because I do find the ones like that hard. I'm really not looking forward to Reasons of State, because there's another there's a cross section between two choices, which I think would be the choice book Geralt took, and that's not an option, much like what we just saw. So either way, I'll leave it there. I'll be back at the Barrens next time and we'll get some serious work done. But thank you for watching, and leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you disliked it, but please tell me why, because it's more useful than just seeing a thumbs down and bumming me out. And subscribe for more, because there'll be more. Thanks.